Hello, my name is Dickie Choyang. I'm the Interim Director for the Office of the Provo Indigenous Initiative, which is responsible for First Peoples House. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you, whether you're new students or returning students. We are very excited to have you join McGill's Indigenous community. While these circumstances are extraordinary with the pandemic and we are unable to carry out as much in-person activities or communication as we normally would, this does not take away at all from our commitment to supporting you in your academic success and to also ensuring your general well-being. We have a great team at First Peoples House with Thomasina, Terry, and Dana Marie to do that. They are all looking forward to meeting you and supporting you. The support that they will provide is in addition to all the student services that you will have access to as McGill students. So a warm welcome again to all of you, and I look forward to meeting you in person. Thank you.
Hau mitakuyepi and Sego. I am Gagwilanola Cook, and I am the Special Advisor to the Provost on Indigenous Initiatives. I also belong to the Akwesasne Ganekehaga Nation and the Ogallala Lakota Nation. I'm a long-term McGill employee. I've been here for more than 10 years, and I also hold a master's degree from McGill. My role most recently has been serving in the Office of the Provost to drive and support the implementation of the calls to action that are enshrined in the Provost Task Force on Indigenous Studies and Indigenous Education. Prior to that, I was also working in the First Peoples House as the Indigenous student recruiter, and I know from those years that every year the Indigenous student cohort makes a really special set of memories and community building at the First Peoples House. This year, we have a unique set of circumstances starting the year in the midst of a pandemic. So we're going to have new challenges that we're striving to meet, and we still intend to really create a sense of home away from home. Community building, whether it's virtually or in person, over food or shared experiences. We look forward to all of those things in the coming year. And we encourage you to stay in touch with us. I think the best thing we can do is stay connected throughout this time and support each other. With that said, I really wish you all a wonderful start to your year, and I look forward to seeing you virtually and in person down the road.
Segu, greetings. My name is Thomasina Phillips. I am Mohawk from Kahnawake. I'm the interim manager at First Peoples House and the Indigenous mental health worker at McGill University. I'd like to welcome the incoming and returning students to the fall 2020 semester. May you have success in your academic, professional, and personal endeavors, and may you and your families stay safe from wherever you are joining us. At First Peoples House, we aim to create a home away from home for students. This semester and possibly into the future, we will be providing our usual programming on an online platform to make it safe and accessible to students who are joining us from afar. I would like to thank the elders for contributing to this welcome ceremony. So Charlie Patton, Louise McDonald, and Jenny Tanasco, a big nyawagoa for your contribution. Should you have any questions or wish to contact us about any of your needs as a student, feel free to contact the house via email or via phone, and we will do our best to provide you with the support you need or direct you to the most appropriate service or person. So wishing you well, wishing you a successful academic year from First Peoples House and myself.
So hello, my name is Terry Young. Notli was Kchigagak Penupsknajintog Walastogewi Nil. My spirit name is Ravenstone Singer, and I'm the Indigenous Student Advisor for McGill's First Peoples House. I just wanted to take this time to welcome the new students that are coming back to McGill, and also welcoming the students that have been here before. I know that the world is a bit different right now, and I just really want to take this time to let you know that I'm here to support you, and that our role at First People's House is meant to be able to offer support to students returning, to new students, to be able to help you orient yourself around the city. And as you see, I'm now on a lake up in northwestern Quebec, but working together, we can make sure that we're safe. We can make sure that when we do meet in person, that we're going to follow specific guidelines that are in place for the university, and make sure that you get the best possible support. So welcome back, and welcome to your 2020 McGill year. Okay, we'll leave it. Upchidge.
I'm Dana Marie Williams. I'm the administrative coordinator at the First People's House. If there's any questions, you could direct them my way, as I have the desk in the common room at the First People's House. Because we are more virtual, I'll be able to direct them to the appropriate person, either at the First People's House or on campus. Thanks.
Onakati kuchokpa hazwatang siyost. Onaki wahine hongenya hise tokkara ni onake ne akatawana kawe. Ne anksare no chini hatie hane hiwasutsra. Chut kusesne ruta ne honta junior ten no hota wateriwa tanti. Onek chine aka hanta ne honta kari wate ko ganwara tumsra. One seto no chitawaire. Onakati wani zerade tunu katawana era te jununi kitni stahaji hunzate ne chatawani zerage chatawasunta ge ne jutkune yukia te genu hajis yukinrupa tanu ne nioni yagota sirawa yukitni staha ne ohunte suma chataga hanta ke tanu ohtera suma onukwa suma tunu nioni gudia doroku ona ne nioni wahine Raweru ne sugaya tisune hakaya takane ne akiru ne chiwahia keru chihunzate ko nihunte sanet ko dihante osaya se ya te ko ne chiniwahio to ne yogwayos kanagwamtarano tan ne niyo ni raweru ne sugaya tisune tasai ko tu kaya ke ne te sugaya toine asuni ko tate ko ko o neste osaheta ono usra ne niyo ni te tinogarato Tana niyo ni raweru ne sugaya tisuna ka ne kayanta ke tana akwe ko china ho tawo kesu te ko tawo ye ko chun sumo jinwa sumo tawine ko chut ko ta ko ne yo tswa tu hajes awo kesu yukia te gen hajes tana niyo ni raweru ne sugaya tisuna ka kwira yo ta ke akarun ta ke ro ke ne o hwa ta net ko akuano tana ka ha ko suna ko ti ta ke do gestures ne gayo sumha ne chata gayo take kodiro ne ai to ward ke ne ki wahine ward ne ayo kia ta ni hate tanos kanu to net ko kuan ona nu atanu ai ko to na era te en kana kwa chunu ni ko en kana ti ko tan jista tuche tonu ne ki waye ko tra swie ti se yorate Kayeri ni kawara ke tan tonu ni ko te dohro ko ne ti soto guara ti weras ne aki wahine rati ni gura ne tasagi ka jino yo wanos ne hunt ketsko ay yakianos yakiadoni sorokta Rana raweru na sugaya tisu ne tekeni tira kwara ke yachidawa chia tan yukisota asatan kene kakarakwa Yugadra swie se yegusaraje ene kana gwadi yagwada ne jistuche Tanane kwa chiniore ti justo kwarunyu. Yagwadra swie ji se ki waitin ayo yugwenyu ne tuniji ainto wat kapto. Kwanekne satun kwaro garasne asano rago chiniore ji uskatsteni no hoti yagojata wi tune ene kana gwa yagwadan justo duji na garuhiata. Ona kwa chiniore ne sungwaya disu. Ona katiwai ne taino warado ne sugaya tisune wani sarate ne ki wahine wasugini naktota se ai do ya ke se ai do hake ona ne tahiri wa ne ko ne sugaya tiso ona chino ho te so wateri wa te chato ne ki wahi ki ko chino yederi waista kunyu negia ayizaya dagena ayizaya tanumsta de agwegusko na jiniji aswanu tanyu tanane ayizaya dagena tasaki kunaga tenano ayizagari kunega oniki tonaizo ni kunatage oniki zakari one hotum. So I guess what I said is in our ways as Okwehumwe people, the first thing that we would do always, our ancestors, the way they have made it, is that we always should begin at the beginning. And at the beginning of the world, the Creator picked up, when He made human beings, He picked the living earth, and He told us, this is your mother. Always give thanks. And so this is what we will try to follow at this time, what our ancestors have always said. So what we do is now we turn our minds to what we call our Mother the Earth. And every day, every night, our Mother the Earth, she takes care of us and she watches over us. She provides us the food and the nourishment and the strength that we need to survive. And woven into this beautiful dress that our mother wears, what we call the grass life and all the different kinds of grasses. If you look behind me, as far as your eye can see, you will see the beautiful grass and the trees and all the things of the greenery on this earth our mother wears. And so also woven into the earth, into this dress, is all the root life. And everything that lives takes their strength and nourishment from the roots of the earth. Even Okwehumwe people, native people, or people, we all come from roots. And that means we come from what we call our ancestors, what they believed in, our languages, our teachings, our culture. That's what makes us strong. Just like the roots of a tree make the tree strong, it pulls its nourishment from the earth. And so now, as well, the Creator gave us different things that we should eat in this world, like the berries of life. The strawberries are the leader of all berry life, and they give us support in these times that we live. And also are the families of berries, the raspberries and the blackberries and all the berries that grow above the ground, even right up to the apples. Those are berries of the trees. We acknowledge the berry life because they give us food and we change our tastes in this world. And also we turn to the medicines that live on this earth. And for every kind of sickness that exists, there is a medicine to help us, to make us strong. And so again, we turn our minds to the three sisters, the corn, the beans, and the squash. We understand every day that there is hunger inside of our body, and the Creator gave us food and nourishment, and we plant those things, the corn, beans, and squash in the earth. They're the leaders of all foods that grow. All our ceremonies in the Indian country is about food, and life is food. And so we acknowledge the foods that grow. And then we turn our minds now to the trees and all the different trees that grow on this world. The smallest little red willow, our medicine, to the great maple tree that gives us the syrup and the sap. We turn to the animals that run in the forest, and we acknowledge all those animals. We turn to the waters of life, and we understand that there is nothing in this world that cannot exist without water. The rain that falls, or the ice, or the sleet, or even the water that gathers on the earth, or the water that flows in the rivers. Everything is important. Water is alive. Water is life. Water has a spirit. And it needs to hear our people giving thanks, always respecting. And so now we turn our minds skyward, and we hear the birds flying above our heads, all the smallest, from the smallest little birds right to the great eagle that flies way up in the sky, the eyes of the Creator. And we turn our minds to the winds, the four winds from all the four directions, and we give them our greetings. And in the west wind live our grandfathers, the thunder beings. And those thunder beings, they watch over the earth. And at the beginning of the world, there were great monsters and great ferocious animals created by the Creator's twin. And the Creator drove them into the earth, never to rise. And they said the thunder beings have the job to send their lightning bolts and their energy to keep the spirits of those beings from rising. And so we give them our greetings, our grandfather, the thunders, at this time. They control the winds, those big circular winds that will rip up our lands if need be, if they choose. We can always ask them never to come into Indian land or into our lands and watch over our people. And then we turn to the two suns, our older brother the sun and our grandmother the moon. Our older brother warms the earth so everything can draw that strength and grow in the light of the moon at night. And so we understand the importance of our grandmother, because in the monthly cycle of a woman is her energy at work, and she is the one who controls when a baby will be conceived and will be born. And so we always, even when food will grow, our grandmother controls all that. So we acknowledge our grandmother, right to the stars that sit in the sky above our heads. We don't know their names no more or anymore, but what we know is that we turn in the nighttime and we look at the sky and we see the beauty, the beautiful glitter and the jewelry that the sky, the nighttime sky wears, and it will pick up our spirits and our hearts. And so we give our greetings to all of the stars at this time. So now we have given thanks and greetings to all things of the earth and of the sky, and all of these things in nature are all interwoven in this thing called a cycle of life. Not one of them is more important, and everything works together, and that's how life continues. The only thing the Creator ever asked of us as human beings is that we give thanks. And they need to hear us give thanks. They need to hear us sing and to talk. And so now we turn our words to the Creator and we say, thank you, Creator, for allowing us another day to live. Every breath that we take shows us that life continues. And so now I ask the Creator in these meetings that you are about to have to send His energy and clean the areas around you in all our communities where you come from, where the students are listening. And I ask that Creator to give you strength and support, so whatever you're going to learn will be powerful. Whatever you're going to do will have strength and power, and you will be of a good mind. And so this is the words that I have to offer at this time. And so I always encourage you to go forward and give thanks. So let that be in your minds. Now.
Sergo, Skenagoego, what Gilagats and gets, what Skaleoge, Aquasasna Gidelo. Good morning and greetings. My name is Wat Gilagaste. I've been working with the First People's House for almost a decade now. And so on this day, I'd like to extend a formal welcome to incoming students, returning students, and to the faculty at the McGill University campus. Please call me Mama Bear. I'm more than honored and find this a special privilege today to acknowledge the Indigenous people, my people, the Ganyet-Gahaga of the Haudenosaunee, known as People of the Flint and the Eastern Doorkeepers. And more importantly, as a Bear Clan mother, I want to let you know that the dominion of these territories still are held in common by clan mothers of the Ganyet-Gahaga Nation. And so as we begin a new year to the acquisition of education, I just want to share a little formality that we share with incoming guests and visitors. So on this day, also a little historical perspective I want to share with you. McGill exists on Indigenous land, specifically the Ganyet-Gahaga of the Haudenosaunee. We're one of 6 nations, and McGill is built upon those original Haudenosaunee lands, that of the Ganyet-Gahaga, also known as Mohawk people. And the reason that McGill exists is because the Canadian government reallocated funds that were directed for the 6 Nations reserves and redirected it and allocated it to McGill in order to build its campuses. So with this historical fact, I just want to let you know that the campus exists because my people had to move over in order to share the prosperity of the land. And not too far from you are 3 sister communities of Ganyetgahaga people from Gunnesadage, from Gunnawage, and here where I am this morning of Akwesasne. So welcome to our home and native land. And I am formally a Bear Clan mother. So with the authority that I have over these lands, I say welcome. And may you have a successful and productive year. And we all know that we are living in some really strange times with the COVID and with the social injustice and with the climate. So brace yourself, because it's not over yet and there's more to come. But as you go in pursuit of your education, I just want to bring a little formality to your beginning acquisition of education. In the old way, and we still practice these ways, is that when visitors from another nation, especially those who have ancestors who have crossed the Great Salt Water, you would come to the edge of the woods and you would make a small fire. And this morning, symbolically, I ask you to make a small fire. And once your smoke rises and we see your presence upon our lands, we will send our most agile warriors to greet you. And they will greet you in a way that will ask you of your intentions on this land. And they will also ask you, do you come in war or do you come in peace? Once that is established, and hopefully it's peace, one of the warriors will return to the village to let the leaders and the clan mothers know of your arrival and of your intentions. And once agreed to accept your arrival and intentions, the other warrior will wait for the 3 calls of entrance, and then he will guide you into the heart of the people. Once with the people, you will go through an elaborate ceremony of condolence, and then you will be told how to conduct yourself upon these lands of the Haudenosaunee. And in addition to that, you will be given protection under our great law of peace. And peace is at the forefront of a good mind because it empowers people. And also, it will help relationships to stand in reciprocity and to also be forever held in gratitude that we can learn from one another. So as I lay out this ceremony, we also remind you that any behavior deemed in violation of the Great Peace, you will be remanded back to the wood's edge and your privilege of welcome will be no more. So upon this great continent that we call Turtle Island and our jewel of a planet, also known as Mother Earth, I ask you to tread lightly and to hold a philosophy close to your heart that less means more. So on this beautiful morning, I welcome all of you, and I hope that throughout your stay upon our traditional lands and our territory that you find much abundance, much friendship, and much wisdom. So to all the incoming students from other Indigenous nations, I say welcome. Take your seat with us and let's celebrate who we are as First Peoples of this land. And to all the incoming students and faculty whose ancestors crossed the Great Salt Water, also I say welcome. And may you know peace and find your humanity here among Indigenous people in our commitment to saving our precious Mother, the Earth, and to hold forever in gratitude those things that sustain us daily. So from our rivers to our mountains, to our meadows, and to the sky, our cosmology, may you find much wisdom here. So again, I say welcome, and I hold close your presence. And please know that Mama Bear is watching. And may you enjoy yourself, and may you find yourself with profound meaning and understanding of your position within our territory. So as we enter this new era and we are handling a pandemic known as COVID-19, which my people has named as Gantlase, which means the new walking disease. We consider in our perspective that this disease, this virus, is a reminder of how frivolous mankind has been, and that they have not tread lightly upon this earth. So as we move forward, I think it's time for much reflection where humanity has been, where we are, and where we're headed. So I welcome alliances and agreements to create a better world, because we are inheriting this planet from the future generations that we do not see yet. And that's a great responsibility. So I leave you with this bit of wisdom as you move forward in your career and make it be very successful. But success does not come without some struggle. And as you go for your education, just remember, education is something you receive, but wisdom is something you live in its complete application. So know the difference and seek out your Indigenous people who have been here for a very long time and whose very faces embody the presence of the land that you walk upon. So at Guanajuato, I extend my brow to you and say welcome to this land, and love it the way that we love her. Yawa jiwas wada humsada de tana yawa ski skana daizwa nizalohetse tana daizwa salohetse. Ayawa ski gyotugo gatni guhlio aidwa hawage tana ezo skana ayugwado ze tana ne oniga satstoslat gahui dane. Onigi.
Kwei, Jenny Tanaskone Dijnikas, Kitikanzi bean in Donjaba, Minong Jerba Kakina. Ni Kichaya Minanik Ekitukuban, Oga Ni Winjabamin. Our elders tell us that we were from Oka, which in Algonquin was Oga, for the walleye that they caught there in that area. But this morning I would like to do an opening prayer for everybody at McGill to start in a positive way and to introduce the medicines here that I'm using also. So I'm going to start with the cedar, which is available anywhere, and it's our medicine that we use for many purposes. We use that in ceremony, but also it's a very good medicine for our physical well-being. And we have sage that we use I'll be using when I start smudging. And I have tobacco and also the sweetgrass. So I'm going to say that I wish everybody in this time of the world of pandemic, I'd like to wish everybody the best wishes in the coming school year, whatever it may be. So I'm going to start my smudging now, and I'm going to light this up. I should put this down. Miigwechwada kijimedo kakinake go kagijendam. Miigwechonje aki. Miigwechonje netauging. Mijishking weagujig kaimetigog. Miigwechonje awensisa kapemodejig. Kanevkadejig kapemesiwijig kai majmewajig. Miigwechonje nibi. Ashich kakana eteg. Miigwechonje nesewin kamijian kijimeno pimadisian. Miigwechonje nikokamisak nidodaimag kakana shomasak. Miigwechonje niyokijik kizis tibi kizis ke nagushag. Miigwechonje nisewin mie miigwech. So usually we in an opening we go around and give everybody a chance to smudge, and we smudge the room also to give some positive feeling in the room, and we continue to have a beautiful day. I also encourage all the youth today to continue smudging whenever they're feeling like they're stressed, especially at this time, but also throughout their studies. And everybody should have a smudge bowl handy. And I don't know about your student lounge, but there should be one also for small gatherings, and use it to help each other out during the studies. I chose this lake to do the ceremony because we all come from our mother, where we're surrounded by water, and it's essential for life. So I wish the best for everybody at McGill, and I thank you very much. Miigwech.